In 2010, Gator lacrosse was brand new. No history, no trophies, just a dream. And then came Kitty Cullen.
Beats one defender, beats two, shoots, scores! Kitty Cullen, the hat trick here in the first half.
Blazing across the field with a stick in her hand and fire in her game, Kitty didn't just play lacrosse, she helped build it from the ground up. By the time she graduated in 2013, she had etched her name into Gator history with over 203 goals, 3 All-American honors, and a legacy that still echoes through the locker room.
Shoots, scores! Kitty Cullen over the right shoulder.
She was a 3-time First Team All-Lacrosse Conference selection, as well as 3-time Top-25 nominee for the Tewaaraton Award, which honors the nation's top player. In 2012, she led the Gators to their first ever NCAA Final Four appearance, just the program's 3rd year in existence.
Steal by Cullen. Kitty Cullen with one defender. No chance. It's a goal for Cullen, her second of the day.
And oh yeah, she dropped 8 hat tricks that season. Now, over a decade later, she becomes the first lacrosse player to enter the University of Florida Athletic Hall of Fame. Kitty Cullen, trailblazer, record breaker, and now Gator great.
So kind of that same thing. Like, I don't know how often you see yourself in the old school uni. Like, what's that look like?
Yeah, it's been a while. It definitely feels like a lifetime ago. But something really special is that I'm surrounded by a lot of those same people that are in that video here tonight.
Yeah, makes it special. I think everybody does the great things and kind of tricking people how they're getting inducted. I think you're the first ever person to be holding a alcoholic beverage when you found out that you got in. Like, did you just like chug that thing? Was it awesome or what?
Yeah, I was obviously you've seen the video, I was very surprised. We were at Coach Mandy's house, and yeah, we definitely celebrated that weekend. I think there was also some Jell-O shots.
Nice.
So it was a good time.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Obviously lacrosse, you kind of think of it as a northeastern sport, and I'm sure there's many, many great schools up there. So what was the appeal of coming down here and playing and starting something and obviously turning it into something pretty special?
Yeah, I think as many of the athletes here, you come to Florida and you're just kind of like blown away at the way they treat their athletes, the facilities, just the whole place. You get that feeling of this is where I want to be. And I think it was a really special moment to be able to be part of the first ever team and be able to build something from the ground up. And I remember Jeremy Foley giving a speech about buying into the dream, because there wasn't even a lacrosse facility when I visited.
Yeah.
And he just sold me right then and there, and I I was like, I'm buying
Let's
into
do it.
that dream, yeah.
Well, and I think even, probably there's a lot of people here that maybe don't understand lacrosse, and, it's not like we have hockey here or anything either. It's just like, what the heck is this sport? Like, how do you love it so much? Like, what's the appeal of what that is?
Yeah, I think they actually, the first T-shirts in the bookstore, it was spelled with a capital C.
Oh gosh.
People really had no idea what to expect. But I started when I was in middle school, and I just fell in love with the game. I was a basketball player first, but then once I got a stick in my hands, it was just natural and kind of
Loved
over
it.
from there, yeah.
And I know you love the girls. You can see it even before you came up here tonight and how much fun you guys are having at the table. Like, how special was that just to come in here, all have that goal to be able to do something and then turn into how special it was?
Yeah, I think that since we were the first class, it brought kind of a particular type of person that wanted to go and start a program rather than going to a program that was already successful. So a lot of us kind of had that same mentality, and it just bonded us. We definitely got our butts kicked those first few years, and it really bonded us all together. And I wouldn't trade that moment for the world.
Yeah, you hear the video and you hear 8 hat tricks and all these just crazy things. Like, could you have ever imagined it would turn into that?
I don't think so. I think especially in the moment, we just kind of all had the same goal in mind. And we were just having, so much fun being out on the field together.
And so many firsts, too. I think that's what, has to be cool, because you look back and obviously you're the first person now to even get into the Hall of Fame. So it's just to start that trend and be a part of something. Like, what was it like just running around with this crew? Even, not on the lacrosse field, but, because they came from so many different places, and then now you're making these new friends. And I'm sure you guys are running around across the street at, Grog and doing all those other things. So.
Yeah, I think there was 25 freshmen. We had no one to show us the ropes,
Yeah.
show us what to do. The memory of us just wandering down frat row, like listening for music, trying to figure out where to go. But some of my favorite firsts are obviously on the field. I think my favorite moment was our first time beating Northwestern, and they had been a 7-time national championship team, and we were a bunch of sophomores. It was our second year, and we beat them, and it was kind of like, holy crap, we're here. And that was a defining moment for the program for sure.
And you think about it too, especially in the winter where it's snowing and it's crazy up there and you're shoveling all that kind of stuff. Like, did you ever call back like your high school friends or people you knew and so, like maybe, hey, I'm in a bathing suit, like I'm hanging out in Florida?
Definitely. I think if social media was what it was today, we would probably have made even more enemies than we did, maybe. But I think there was definitely a lot of jealousy of our friends that were having to run outside and shovel snow before they could step on the field and all of that stuff, and I'm thankful that I wasn't doing that.
Yeah. I mean, you had your own section, like Kitty's Corner. And I think I remember early on going into that and interviewing some of the kids and stuff and just how fun they had. Like, that had to be cool to look up and see that.
Yeah, definitely. They were some really nice guys. They were kind of a random group that they saw the lacrosse team as a new program, and we didn't have quite the crowds that all the other sports had yet, and so they took advantage of it, and they came in and they really boosted our fans, and they even traveled to some games for us. And it was a funny
awesome.
thing. It was awesome.
No doubt. Well, you got some awesome crew here,
I'm
so
in your corner now.
give a shout out to everybody you got here tonight.
Obviously I want to thank my parents. I wouldn't be here without them. I know it wasn't always easy pushing me to be where I got when I was younger. And then my in-laws are here, my husband, and my son is running around, my sister. My coach, Mandy, she's still here, and I know she's going to get a national championship in the next few years. And then, of course, I think I have a couple tables of friends here, and some of them I didn't actually even play with.
Wow.
But we just have such a special bond from Gator Lacrosse, and I'm so thankful you guys are all here. We're going to have such a fun weekend. I love you guys so much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the first ever lacrosse player to go into the UF Hall of Fame, Kitty Cullen.
Thank you. Thank you.